Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you this morning is one of the more important things I've seen in a while, because we're going to address and comment on a segment from the Megyn Kelly show. Now, the important piece here is not that it's Megyn Kelly. The important piece is the audience of which Megyn Kelly speaks to. It's not the deep gun support side of the argument. It's right in the middle. A lot of people would call the people that Megyn Kelly would kind of go towards would be considered the rhino class, right in the middle. A little bit Democrat, a little bit Republican. That's where her sweet spot is. She just did a tirade against gun control that could have come from this channel. It may have actually been better than something that you find on this channel. We're going to break it all down. It's linked in the description box below, and I cannot wait until you hear what you guys think on this one, because this is a really big deal. And if you are new or you're a returning viewer, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and making sure you turn the notification bell on. This is one of those things that we can pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation if we work together on this, and thank you so much in advance for your consideration. And the content today is brought to you by AccuFire. Now, AccuFire has a collection of items that will help you get a better picture of when you're looking at something downrange for your next trip for freedom. If you want something that helps clear up the sights a little bit, you might want to check them out. Thank you so much to AccuFire for making this content possible. But my brothers and sisters, let's get into this, because again, keep in mind who Megyn Kelly speaks to. She speaks towards the middle, not the far right, not the far left. This is the key part, because she's saying things that you would hear on this channel, something that we've been saying forever, and how we're going to pass it along. But there are 4 clips. This first one is the spice that she brings. The next 3 are the data points, which again, you're going to need to hear. Here's the first one.
It's time to shame the gun control zealots for stopping any other reasonable debates around these shootings. I will offer my thoughts and prayers. I will. Stop trying to shame me for doing that. We need God in those moments more than any other. And just because you're not part of the gun control cult doesn't make it inappropriate. It is not inappropriate to share your thoughts and your prayers for the victims just because you don't see gun control measures as a solution, because they haven't been.
Hard facts. So that's just her little emotional part. And I played it out of order because that's the end. I wanted to make sure you guys saw that part. But what we're about to go into now is the part where she openly says in this monologue that she's not some, quote, far-right Second Amendment supporter. She's open to gun control solutions. But listen to what she follows up with, because she goes into Supreme Court decisions, she goes into common use, she goes into the basics and the facts of what goes on and things that we discuss on this channel all the time. It's going mainstream, and that is the point of this video. You are spreading this, you are working, you are carrying the torch. Let's get it. That's why we're doing this video. Check this out. Let me hear you down there.
I don't know about you, but I'm sick of opening up Twitter or watching the news to learn there's been yet another mass shooting in America. Sick of it. We have been over and over and over this. I have hosted countless debates. I have been as open-minded as anyone in this country to a possible change in laws that might diminish the chances of more of these happening. I am not some huge Second Amendment person, and I am not blind to possible change on either side. But nothing has worked to stop these shootings, and nothing proposed by these gun control advocates will work. I'm sorry, but the jury is in. We are not getting guns out of America, and the changes we always default to debating in the wake of these things will not stop mass shootings. It's time to focus on other remedies. It is time to focus on other remedies. Stop hijacking the debate, gun control advocates, zealots.
Facts. Zealots. Hijacking the debate. It ain't gonna happen, boo. The importance of this, again, is not that it's Megyn Kelly. It's Megyn Kelly's audience. She goes towards the middle of the political spectrum. A little bit more Republican than Democrat, but mostly towards that middle. She just said in that monologue, I'm open to gun control measures. They simply don't work. And that's the important piece. Once this becomes a main conversation point where everyone in the middle and the Republicans get to, because that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the start and the migration of the points that we have been spouting for years go into the mainstream, because it's based in fact, reality, and precedent. That is the key point here, and she's starting to hit on it. These clips are crucial. You got 2 more. Stay with me, because this, I'm telling you guys, this is bigger than just Megyn Kelly. This is who Megyn Kelly's audience is. Check this out. Here's the next one.
There are 434 million guns in America. 434 million, according to the Trade Association for the U.S. Firearm Industry. Some 70% of those are semi-automatic guns. That's over 300 million. Those AR-15s, the left is desperate to ban. That's where they go after all these shootings. There are about 20 million of those. We could ban AR-15s tomorrow, and we would still have 300 million semi-automatic guns here. Just about one for every person in America. For what it's worth, such a ban would never be upheld by the U.S. Supreme Court, which allows these bans only if the outlawed gun is considered unusual and uncommon. The 20 million AR-15s will not qualify.
Do you understand how important that is? She just went into common use. The high court in the United States would never uphold it. What are we doing? She's speaking directly to the middle. We need to find a solution for these problems, and the left is consistently hijacking the debate to go directly to the point that they want. What have I said on this channel for 2.5 years with you guys? They hijack the debate. They use the tragedy for their own means to get power, money, and financial support. That is what happens. They do not have sound footing in the laws or the Constitution in this country. They are basing it solely on emotion, hijacking the entire conversation, and making anger rise in the country so they can further their own political ambitions, of which is not possible in the end. They are being used by the leftist politicians. That's the key point. Even Megyn Kelly says, even if you banned ARs tomorrow, you still have 300 million semi-automatic firearms in this country with the exact same problem, the exact same propensity. You know the next step. The next step is they'd go to handguns. She's not putting that together just yet, but that's the key. It's so massive that she is saying this on her show, which has 1.14 million subscribers on YouTube, is on iHeartRadio, is on Sirius, I think iHeartRadio, and Sirius XM. She has a broad footprint. But I got one more thing for you, and this is where she wraps it up really nicely.
The point is, ban the AR-15 tomorrow. Go ahead and do it. And even if the high court were to uphold the ban, there'd still be 300 million pistols, just like the AR-15 in America. The gun's already favored in the vast majority of mass shootings. We're not getting rid of these guns. Why are we deluding ourselves? Why? I think it's because people get desperate. They get so upset by the mass shootings, as do I. Trust me. I have 3 young children, and they just look for something to blame. You know, maybe I am guilty of doing it too when it comes to mental health services. Maybe I'm deluding myself that those could actually help stop. But at least there's a shot in that lane. In the gun lane, there's no shot. We've been doing this. We had an assault weapons ban, which was in place from 1994 through 2004. It failed. The DOJ's own study of the ban concluded it did not reduce gun violence. Okay, that's the government study. 2 other studies done more recently in 2020 concluded the same. Gun violence committed with the banned weapons under the assault weapons ban went down, but, quoting from the DOJ study here, the decline was offset by steady or rising use of other guns. Duh.
Criminals are gonna criminal. The massive implications of this understanding of not only our laws, the high court, the situation we find ourselves in, the statistics, and the actual the fixes to the problem, puts the left in such a bad position the more this goes to the mainstream, to the middle of the conversation, because everyone wants to find a solution to this problem. Certain people want to use it to their advantage, and certain people want to find the solution, and the people right in the middle get really pissed at both sides. Megyn Kelly is someone who speaks to that mid zone, as I mentioned. This is going mainstream, and the importance cannot be overstated. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.